It's the Proverbs 31 wife, verses 10 through 12. It says, "A wife of noble character who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life."
For 5 years, my husband and I were married. The first 5 years were completely rocky. Just about every area that you can struggle in a marriage, we did. Of course, it was all his fault.
That's what I thought.
Until I came to SOS.
Isn't that funny how we always think it's always his fault?
Oh, I was so mad at her.
We don't even see our part.
Yes.
It's just blind.
So this teaching really hits home to me because the first time I heard this, I went home and started applying these things, and my marriage the pendulum swung totally the other way. And
Awesome.
My husband our marriage is awesome now. But going back to the rocky times, I did blame him for everything. He was the one breaking all of the trust. And what I didn't realize, and what I realize now, is the way that I responded to him, the way that I reacted, or blew up, or just vented a little bit because I was so mad.
Just a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit. That was breaking trust for Vic. So when I would respond to him that way, that would show him that I am not trustworthy, and then the cycle continues. I didn't realize actually how bad I had broken the trust just with my responses and my words until we went to counseling, and I heard what I was saying to them. It was awful. There's several verses that I grabbed for this one. The first one is Proverbs 12:4. "A wife of noble character is the husband's crown, but a disgraceful wife is like decay in his bones." So when I read this at first, that left me just thinking I have a choice. 1 Timothy 3:11, "In the same way, their wives are to be women worthy of respect, not malicious talkers, but temperate and trustworthy in everything."
I think this one's huge, actually, that little section, that phrase, malicious talkers. I asked my husband about this teaching. I always tend to bounce the teaching off of him just to get, the male input on it. And I said, so we're going to teach the ladies about, what a wife can do for her husband to trust her, just in all ways, right? And I said, what's the most important thing she can do? And this was the first answer he gave. This was the very first thing. He said, she needs not to talk behind his back and badmouth him and grouse about him. She said, that will come back to him, and he'll feel like she is not for him, she's against him, she's the enemy. She views him as the enemy. He said that is huge, that he doesn't ever catch her bad-mouthing him behind his back. So there you go. Don't be a malicious talker.
Yes, and that doesn't mean that if he does anything wrong, you need to sweep it under the carpet.
True.
There are definite ways that you need to talk about what's going on in your relationship. If he's doing something major, you need to be able to seek help in that.
From a counselor or a pastor, or maybe a godly girlfriend, where you're going with the express purpose of just saying, I need my one confidant, my one trusted godly girlfriend just to bounce this off to make sure I'm thinking about this correctly.